The petition to recall Governor Jared Polis was approved by the Secretary of State's office this week. The group seeking to remove him from office can now start seeking the 631,266 required signatures from Colorado voters before September 6th. Natasha, because I'm kind of a math geek, I did the math on this. It's about 10,000 signatures a day. Not impossible, but I'm thinking of those the random gifts you get throughout your day on your Twitter feed. I'm thinking it's Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah, but what do you think?
It would take a lot of work to get this to go through. I think I was thinking, in prep for this, back to our beginning of the year show when we were supposed to give predictions for the year. What I should have said was recall, because that has become the word of the year. Whether those efforts are worthwhile or not, I think is something that Colorado really has to look at, and the people who are employing them or trying to employ them should really look at as well. What's interesting, though, is that in this week, where this is big news for Polis, but it's not the biggest news this week. I would argue that his fight over the New Mexico chilies is a bigger headline. I would also say that him talking in front of a conservative summit is also a bigger headline. In addition, inviting the U.S. women's national team here, bigger news.
I totally agree. I think when I saw that press release, he's going to be speaking at the Western Conservative Summit. There are not a lot of events you can go to, whether it's in Colorado or across the nation, where you're going to hear from Jared Polis and Donald Trump Jr. I give him a lot of credit for that. Joey, one of our producers and I were talking before the show, and we were talking about this topic, and they said, okay, the actual chances of this happening, and he goes, well, is this kind of like CU football playing Alabama? I go, no. This is Manual High School's 9th grade flag football team playing Alabama. There could technically be a bus wreck and they could win, but it's going to take something that kind of legendary. Is there any shot of success on this?
It's tough. I color me a doubter because, besides that's 630-something thousand, that's the bare minimum. They're going to need more like 900,000. And then that's just to get on the ballot. Then after that, they're going to have to raise millions of dollars to try to defeat him. Jared Polis can stroke a check for millions of dollars. Man, it's a tough one. I don't see this happening. What's happening is they're sending a message: don't overreach. They're sending the same message to some legislators. I just don't think moderate voters in either party are listening, and I don't think unaffiliated voters think Jared Polis has done anything yet that deserves to be recalled. In a year, maybe then.
Patty, what do you make of the criticisms that have come out about this is not so much about a recall effort as it is about generating funds that would go to political organizations that could then either spend it on a recall effort, or if it falls short, could do whatever they want with those funds?
Well, it certainly might work that way for the people who are leading it. They're not going to be able to recall Polis. In a much more legitimate poll than the one we were just talking about, he's coming out at over 50% popularity, that people are approving of his job. And maybe your best bet for getting signatures would have been at the Western Conservative Summit this morning. But I thought his speech before them was, first of all, smart, that he did it. He made a couple of good jokes, that his staff had thought they'd booked him for the Western Conservation Summit. I think he probably... Maybe he might not have gotten new fans out of that crowd, but I think that's a group that will respect the fact that he was elected, and their best shot at getting rid of him is with a new candidate.
Mm-hmm. David, I will leave it to you to tell me if I've been off on this one, if I'm missing something. What do you think?
It takes millions of dollars typically to get enough signatures to get something on the statewide ballot, and the recall threshold is even higher. If a all-volunteer group could somehow do that, which no one ever has under conditions this tough, that would indicate such a strong grassroots that a recall election might have a chance of success. They'd have to have outstanding organization. I don't think that exists. Sherry Pfeiffer in Complete Colorado this morning, which is a news service affiliated with Independence Institute, does an analysis of the 3 competing recall groups, which are doing a lot of fighting against each other. And so of the 3, the one, if one were a supporter of this kind of thing, the one that's called Dismiss, is their only it's run by Karen Cataline, who's a woman I know and respect, and their only thing is just to put their money into printing the signature petitions to get out there so people can do that. But I think it's far too high a hill to climb under almost any circumstances, let alone without Bloomberg money or something like that behind you.